too bright outside, 'cause I'm low on the phone, you see. So I talk till I drop, you say, how could I have a heart made of stone? Why you? Oh, when we synchronize, it's exactly what I thought and I fantasized. Playing games with my mind, making us collide. And we know how it goes when we're out at night. And I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. When you bet you're nice, you're so satisfied. When I dig in the dirt, you're in paradise. And I know that you know I can sleep at night. Oh, and you're by my side, and it's smooth how you move, 'cause I'm petrified. Setting traps in my head, messing with my mind. When you talk, but I know you're lying. And I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. Why you so icy cold? My tears can't drip. Sitting awake alone, tattoos I miss. If I was to call your phone, I know you'd click. Baby, can have the throne, I call it quits. You can even have my car, I don't need it. I've been inside my room since you left it, thinking about the place where we first kissed. Oh, and I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wonder why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wonder why it's so cold.
Who is your starting five from the current players that we have in the league right now, excluding your my players? You can't put your my players in there.
All right, so I'm gonna play the four. We got LeBron at the point. We'll have Klay Thompson at the two. Well, I'll play the three. We'll go at the four. We'll go Anthony Davis. No, Anthony Davis would be the five.
You're looking live and down at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, California. The setting for our broadcast tonight. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. Moments away, it'll be the Los Angeles Clippers going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. And then on Sunday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Kevin, good evening. Karl Anthony Towns is certainly the franchise player now for the Timberwolves. Cat said, you lead by action and you lead by words. I'm more of the action guy. When things get tough, I've got to be the guy that leads the charge. Kevin, he knows his role and he knows his place atop the Wolves franchise.
Knows it very well, D.A. Thank you so much. Well, fans can be impatient, Greg, especially for the fans of teams that are slow to start a season.
And, Kevin, the media as well.
Right,
I played in New York, and you know, in that town, you go big or you get talked about, no doubt about it. But with the way things have evolved now, and every team is a national team because every game's televised, it's starting to happen more in some of those smaller markets as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sports.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. They've got Lehman. Beasley is out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Okogie in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, we've got Ibaka. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Russell kicks to Towns. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Come on, this is a big guy here, Towns. I mean, you got to foul him a lot harder than that to stop the shot. I mean, he's just too strong. Now he gets a chance to add one more at the line.
And last season, Karl Anthony Towns shooting over 40% from three-point range with over 8 attempts a game. I mean, Greg, he is in the conversation, don't you think, for best three-point shooting center of all time?
It's amazing, Kevin. His volume of threes is unprecedented for the center position. And it's not just standstill. Catch and shoot triples. He's hitting step backs. He could have that title when it's all said and done.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And you talk post up, face up, you name it. Karl Anthony Towns gets it done.
Yeah, you know what, Greg? He's really molded that versatility into his game. I mean, he can pass it, drive it, shoot. You remember, he won the skills challenge back in 2016. I mean, he's a 7-footer for sure, but he's got guard skills too.
Kicks it out to Beasley. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Boy, that's Beasley's shot right there. He loves to rise and fire and knock him down from behind the arc.
From deep, George, score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here is Russell. They really needed more from him in that loss to the Lakers. It's stolen by Ibaka. And George, here we go. And yes, it's good. George has got 9.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Russell passes to Towns. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, you got to respect and admire the focus of Towns. I mean, he just doesn't get rattled. He just stays with it, embraces the challenge, and keeps coming.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Here is Russell after the basket by Los Angeles. Good on the shot. He's got 7.
You know, of all the things Okogie does well, his passing tends to get overshadowed at times. I mean, easy to see how creative he is on this feed.
Count that one.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. That's tipped, stolen by Beverly. And it's sent back by Russell.
Well, I tell you what, his teammates love seeing this. So do I. I mean, when Russell is able to block a shot, that's a big bonus.
That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Now Russell. The pass to Okogie. The three-pointer off the mark. Clippers leading by 5. And George with the stuff.
Look at how high George gets off these drives to the hoop. Banging it down with the violence of a madman.
Outside, Towns. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter.
Yeah, nice effort there in tracking down the long rebound.
Here's Beverly. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout, and this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Karl Anthony Towns. Last season, he played outstanding, putting in about 26 points per, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
Clippers leading by 6. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Amazing athleticism from George. I mean, sprinting towards the bucket and getting there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Baca against Towns. Beasley with a clean look. It's hauled in by George.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Minnesota with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. Count it, good.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Now, here is Russell. Shoots. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Russell's got 5 now.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And it's George finishing it off.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Here's Russell. He has 5. Here's Lehman. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, you look at Russell, and one of the things I like most about his game is this guy has great vision and passing ability.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And then for Minnesota, Reed's checked in. And it's Edwards in for Josh Okogie.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Paul George.
And every single season, Paul George has kicked his game up another level. I think he's a premier two-way forward who gets it done at both ends.
And George drops them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Beasley, the pass to Towns. Back to Beasley. Fires for 3. And another 3 for Minnesota. And so here are the Clippers. 7-point differential. Shots good by Ibaka.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Pass to Towns. Here's Edwards. Offensive rebound. And that one drops for him. Towns has got 9 points.
Hey, I tell you what, I've got a 39-inch shirt sleeve. Karl Anthony Towns has to be north of 40, and with that reach, you can see why he snatches up those rebounds.
Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Talk about putting up points in a hurry. He can't miss right now.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 5, and Towns throws it down.
Tremendous combination of power and finesse there. I mean, once Towns gets to the rim, it's a wrap.
And the Clippers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
The Timberwolves making a change here. Rubio's checked in. Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. Ricky Rubio is 4th.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Here's Williams. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And the Clippers lead by 9.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
They keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
And that one drops.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
George, no good.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Russell kicks to Rubio. Towns with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. And it's sent back by George. Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Russell with it. He has 5. Down low, Towns, and Towns throws it down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
So savvy inside for a player of his size and tough. Williams will do whatever it takes.
Here's Russell. This one for three. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got his third assist on the night.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And George. Oh!
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Here's Rubio. The Clippers getting the bucket. Tipped away. George against Rubio. Sinks that one from the post. George has got 31 points. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Clippers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And don't sleep on Williams' ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota, trailing by 10. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Hey, knocking down free throws in a hostile environment is really about the battle of the mind.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Outside, Towns. Clippers leading by 10. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
And they double up Russell. Passes it to Rubio. Puts up a three. They get it back. Another shot. Towns, the pass to Rubio. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. So, for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Luke Kennard in for George. Culver's checked in for Minnesota. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Here's Williams. Unable to get that one. And Minnesota will come the other way. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Always a threat to score. Williams draws defensive attention. I mean, that allows him to set up his teammates.
Rubio, the pass to Towns. Nice move. And the layup is up and in. Towns has got 17.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Kennard against Edwards. Pass to Reed from outside the arc. Cans it from downtown. Reed's got it back down to within single digits for Minnesota. Williams attacking. And he gets it to go. He has 6.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of him.
36 seconds left to play here in the first. Edwards against Leonard. And there's the pass to Towns. Shoots over Zubac. Towns, no luck.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Timberwolves trail by 15. Rubio looking around. With 1 on the clock. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And speaking with Karl Anthony Towns earlier, he was asked about how the team approaches defensive adjustments.
For us defensively, we stay very disciplined to what we say we want to do. Don't change, never waver from what our game plan is. We should be fine.
So they want to devise, Greg, a strategy, come in and impose their will.
And that's what they want to do, but the reality is the best teams in the league know how to adapt.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Edwards. Also, Ricky Rubio's out there. And it's Culver in at the small forward position.
And you don't have to tell Jackson to take that kind of shot. He's going to every time.
Rubio against Patterson. Here's Reed. Offline with his three. Clippers leading by 17. Here's Beverly. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Like how Beverly takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in it.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Timberwolves trailed by 19. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Timberwolves were fined last season for resting D'Angelo Russell on the road in a nationally televised game. Minnesota said, we're a player-centric organization that's focused on learning and optimizing our players' bodies. And guys, they do seem willing to pay a fine here or there to protect their players' health. Back to you.
Well, as a player, how couldn't you like that? Always watching out for you. David, thank you for that one.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Jackson against Rubio. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Now here's Beverly. He's got 6. Count that one. Beverly's got 6 here in this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
This one popular whole top me. I want all the bags, I want all the bags. Any disrespect and I'm on that. Never fall off, I just fall back. Never fall off, I just hey, I want all the bags, I want all the bags. Any disrespect and I'm on that. Never fall off, I just fall back. Never fall off, I just fall back. Got 100 missed calls. Never call back, still get paper through the phone. That's facts on facts. I get many for less than a penny. My ladies wanna when they be off the. You a square, you a savage. I don't do out on Paris. Either getting or something getting tagged.
Let's see some numbers here on Kennard.
Last year, getting it done. He put up about 15 points a game last season, 4 assists and 3 rebounds.
The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Now, here's Culver. His last outing, he had 8 points. Pass to Okogie, 6 to shoot. Lets it go. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Zubac, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Now, here's Culver. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Lehman. Patterson defending. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Now, here's Culver. And it's Beasley in the corner. And another 3 for Minnesota.
When defending Beasley, you've got to get up on him. I mean, he's lethal as a catch-and-shoot guy.
Patterson can't get it to go.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
And stolen by Patterson. Here's Beverly, and he uses the glass on the layup. Beverly's got 10 points in the game.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles.
Well, I think the tenacity of Beverly is really what makes him a clawing, nagging nuisance as a defender.
To the middle, and he jams it with authority.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Dishes to Beasley. Back to Hernan Gomez. No good on the triple.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And the first one drops. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who've ever played the game.
Wow. Now here's Beasley. He's got 11. Lehman, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
You know, Beasley not trying to do too much or get too cute there, just finding the open man in a simple fashion. Well done.
Count it. The Timberwolves have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Kawhi Leonard.
Here's Russell. 8 points for him. Beasley outside. Russell feeling it out a bit, all alone. And that one misses from Lehman.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
A shot by Batum, no good. Here's Okogie, and the rejection by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
Lou Williams has checked in for Patrick Beverly. Towns kicks to Russell. And it's Beasley in the corner. Poked away. Paul George with the steal. Batum against Beasley. Trying to get open as Ibaka. Rebound by Okogie.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Russell with a wide open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Russell's got 11 points.
You know, you look at Russell, and the green light is always on from there for him, and he shoots it with confidence.
That misses off the backboard.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
And Josh Okogie, a rugged wing defender out of Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and he takes an awful lot of pride in that aspect of his game, Greg. He wants to lock people up. Always active with his hands around the ball.
The 17-footer. Good. Batum's got 4 points this quarter.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
And it's blocked by Ibaka. Here's George. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Boy, a nice show of strength that time from Paul George, absorbing the hit and still carving out space to get the shot to go down.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Free throw good, Paul George. We know the NBA is looking to get rid of the one-and-done rule pretty soon. Adam Silver, Greg, saying he thinks the league can create a better system. Do you think so?
I think they can create a better system for some. I think the growth of the G League, no doubt, is instrumental in that new system. Now these young rookies can get the playing time in lower tier pro games as they continue to develop. But I think still the collegiate game plays a significant role. The experience of going to college, even for a year, can be invaluable.
There are pros both ways, college or the G League. Agreed?
I do. I'm just glad it's not a one-size-fits-all proposition. Now you have the option. Not every kid wants to go to college and have that experience.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up. Chance to see the numbers for George. Coming off a terrific season, 14th in three-point field goal percentage, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And who could defend him last season out there? Defenders tried to body him up and play a little physical, but time and time again, he drilled the three anyway.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Now here's Williams. He's got 6 over Russell. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Williams has got 8.
Well, I tell you what, he's really working over that mid-range area, isn't he? Williams can pile up the points from there.
And that one, good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, No wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Russell. Towns wide open. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Towns has got 20.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
And George gets it to go.
Boy, how about the deceptive strength of George fending off the defense exceedingly well there and taking the ball strong to the rack.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 11. Batum with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Batum leading the charge. Good on the bucket. Batum's got his third basket of the night.
And, you know, Batum with that Greyhound build and stride covering ground in a hurry.
Beasley fires. They get the rebound.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
George, that's a two-pointer. Rebound by Okogie.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Passes to Layman. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball.
And, you know, the intensity Leonard plays with on defense is impressive, using his huge hands to claw the ball away.
1:57 left to play here in the half. Beasley outside. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in, and Ricky Rubio subbed in for Beasley. We've got 1:48 left in the first half. And Towns throws it down.
Boy, he scores in so many different ways. He's a huge matchup problem for any team. Towns can fill it up in a hurry.
And here's George for three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Rubio with a wide open look. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Rubio's got 9 points in the quarter.
Yeah, you know, the second period's been much more kind to him than the first. I mean, let's see if he can keep it going and maintain this.
A shot by Batum, no good. Minnesota shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Here's Towns. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Towns has got 24 points.
Boy, I like the focus Towns has. So confident down low. Taking advantage of his size there.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Batum finds Leonard. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
The Clippers shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Basket good. Williams has got 12.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You want to be aggressive offensively, but at the same time, you need defensive balance so you can get back in transition.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys. For any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
Free throw good, Russell.
You know, Russell's known for his scoring ability, but I like the fact that he's eager and hungry to continue to improve.
And so Russell hits them both. Here's the Clippers. From the wing. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Jackson's got 12 points now in the quarter.
He uses the threat of his drive to open up looks for him offensively. Jackson is one smart cookie.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates are getting me involved on the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He lets the production speak for itself.
Maybe that's why George has handpicked Kawhi to keep up. The only drama that George causes is to the opponent.
Yeah, he has all the tools to be MVP, but for him, it's not about the awards. He's focused on the titles.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Baca is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Jackson in at the two guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Pass to Beasley. Here's Okogie. Outside, Towns. Just 5 on the clock. From past the arc, it doesn't go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
How about the range on that jump shot? I love seeing this guy when he's in form.
Here's Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Jackson hits both of them.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Clippers shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. And the dunk by Jackson.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Now Jackson, after D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Now the pass to Okogie. Tries a three. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
And it's Beverly missing.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
And the basket by Okogie.
Knocked down that time by Josh Okogie. He's been working on that jump shot, and you can tell, trying to be more consistent with it.
Los Angeles with another miss. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
To the inside. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And the basket by Jackson.
And another for Jackson. A streaky score, but when he gets hot, watch out.
Russell from long range. The Clippers grab the miss. Batum's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Leonard from down in the low post. It goes. Leonard's got 12.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him. He's been ice cold tonight. And, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used this contribution.
And the shot goes in.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Minnesota's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Now, here is Russell. 13 points in the game. Inside, Layman. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. 13 points in the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Towns, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Despite his youth, Towns sees the big picture. I mean, gets points any way you can, and we'll see if he can cash in at the line here.
And these are his 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight. And the Clippers call time here. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you. Los Angeles making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. Minnesota also making some changes. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Jake Layman. And Culver's subbed in for Josh Okogie.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
I think this is one of the great strengths in Towns' game. Very reliable shooter from the foul line. Forces the defense not to be too anxious to send him to the stripe.
And Towns drops them both. The Clippers have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Here's Patterson. That one, no good. And Minnesota will come the other way. The drive by Russell on the mark with the 15-footer. Russell's got 15 points.
And, you know, this is one of D'Angelo's biscuit and butter moves. I mean, quick pull-up off the dribble. He loves that one.
Los Angeles with another miss.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Leonard with the steal. And stolen by Russell. It's Beasley on the wing. Up again.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
And I tell you what, guys, nobody's been more physical in this game than he has. He has been a glass eater.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Clippers getting the bucket. Batum with the steal. Here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
A reliable defender who uses his length well. Batum is a guy you got to be careful around. You got to be mindful of his presence.
The Timberwolves have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. To the paint, Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
Here's Beasley after the basket by Los Angeles. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Boy, I tell you what, Beasley can really move. I mean, his drives are explosive and sudden. The defense has no way to stop him.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
That's good from Beasley.
You know, when Beasley stays within himself, I think he's really an effective player, and we know he's skilled on offense.
Here's Beverly, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota. It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low, teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
First one falls for him.
Man, I tell you, you really have to appreciate how much Beverly hustles. He plays hungry and with an edge. He's skilled, though, on both ends of the floor in addition to that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Towns comes in for Hernan Gomez. And it's Edwards in for Malik Beasley. And so he hits both. Here is Rubio. 13 points in the game. Down low. And Towns throws it down.
And right there, Rubio doing what he does. Seeing the floor, exploring the defense, finding the open man, and getting him the ball.
Now here's Beverly. 16 points for him. It's rebounded by Towns. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Paul George comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Rubio against Williams. Here's Towns. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 3 assists in the game. Clippers leading by 21.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
Now here's Towns. He's got 34. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
No success thus far trying to guard George tonight. I mean, he is absolutely shredding.
And it's Rubio with the ball for Minnesota. Pass to Towns. Towns is doubled. The shot by Culver, nobody around. And it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 36.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
The drive by Rubio. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's George. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And we know GA's shooting is a question mark for Jarrett Culver.
A long windup, a little hitch in his giddy-up, and shoots it kind of on the way down. He's reworked his motion. I like the high release, but it's still a work in progress.
Kennard against Edwards. Kennard's shot is off. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Knocked away. And so here are the Clippers. Shoots from the corner. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Kennard's got his second bucket of the night. The Timberwolves shooting in the third quarter has been brilliant, up around 58%. Rubio the pass to Edwards. Towns trying to get open. And there's Edwards on the assist by Rubio. Rubio's got 4 assists in the game. Here's George. Yet another bucket. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Well, I tell you what, George has tremendous bounce ability. It's always fun to see him launch and throw it down.
Minnesota shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Here's Towns. Plays it up and banks it in. Towns has got 38 points.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Clippers leading by 20. Zubac in the post. Towns on him.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 13. Towns. It's good on the putback.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's George. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. George has got 53.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
That's a 2 from Towns. They get it back. Culver. Bucket is good.
Well, I tell you, you got to appreciate the energy Culver plays with. His smarts, his aggressiveness, especially when he puts those things to use on the board.
Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. So it'll be Lou Williams shooting. Ricky Rubio picks one up. For Los Angeles, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Clippers. That's good from Williams.
We always talk about it. I mean, those second-round picks who turn out to be gems, No one thought Williams would end up at the free throw line as much as he does.
Now, here's Rubio. And the shot is good. Towns has got 18 points just in the second half.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Ibaka, no luck. Timberwolves trailed by 21. Rubio, the pass to Reed. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Timberwolves shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. And Towns throws it down.
Yeah, when Rubio's in there, he's looking to do one thing on the offensive end. He's kind of an Allen wrench. He wants to simply facilitate.
Now here's Williams. He's got 17. Drills it from outside.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
Passes it to Rubio. To the inside. Towns. And Towns throws it down.
Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
To the middle. And yep, another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Over in the corner. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
And George gets it to go.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Here's Rubio. Paul George making his last shot. Pass to Towns. And the rejection by Zubac. Ibaka right side. Reed with the rebound. There's the pass to Culver. From deep three-point range, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers, riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Edwards is out there with Ricky Rubio. And it's Reed in at the 5 roaming the paint.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Chalk up 2 there.
And, you know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Here's Williams, and Williams with the stuff.
Quick off the dribble. Gets a step on the nearest defender. Bye-bye, says Williams.
Pass to Rubio. And the rejection by Ibaka. Kennard up top, covered by Rubio. Pass to Okogie. Timberwolves passing it around. Greg, we are in an era of positionless basketball, and we know the All-Star game now has a 2 backcourt, 3 front court position as opposed to 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center when you're voting. Should they get rid of those designations entirely?
I tell you what, I think you could make a strong case for that. You go back to last season, many felt Jimmy Butler got robbed of a starting spot.
Yes.
I think, listen, this is the fans' vote. Why not the 5 top vote getters? I don't care if they're 4 guards. If the 5 players that the fans want to see the most play a certain position, then so be it. You know, they're not going to play all 48 minutes. You're still going to have your 7 other spots to kind of balance out the roster. I say just let the fans tell you the 5 they want to see, and let's go play.
Here is Williams. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. Williams gets the bucket.
Gotta like seeing Williams pull up on the dime. That's a hard shot. Stop and get into your shot right away. An effective shooter off the dribble.
Count the basket.
Assisted by Ricky Rubio.
Clippers leading by 21. And Williams, here we go. And he banks in the layup. Williams has got 14 points here in the second half.
And this happens. Sometimes Williams gets hot to the point where there's really no good way to defend him.
Pass to Reed. Over Ibaka. They grab their own miss.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Fans, the loudest section gets free t-shirts. Let's see who's the loudest.
A different look for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Ibaka. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Williams. Now, here is George. Ray, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact and a lot was let go on the floor to what we're seeing now, when there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. Eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man. And these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender. And so he makes both from the line.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
And Beasley gets it to go on the assist by Russell. Beasley's got 26 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Yep, that one goes in there. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Leonard attacking. Rebound by Okogie. Okogie's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The pass to Layman. Towns trying to get open. The shot by Layman, no good.
You know, after connecting on 1 3-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
Leonard, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
Now here's Towns inside, and he converts the layup.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Los Angeles leading by 21. Here's George. Minnesota with the rebound. Lehman's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the inside. And again, another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
And George gets it to go. George has got 6 in the quarter.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down. Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Here's Batum. That one goes. Count it.
Boy, that's big-time concentration from Batum. Able to battle his way through contact and still get the finish.
Russell kicks to Towns. Misses the 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Knocked loose. Zubac's the pass to George. George double-teamed and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Boy, that's a great job by Okogie to get out in front and finish off the break.
Clippers leading by 18. And the shot goes down. Minnesota's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Kicks it out to Beasley. His 3-pointer is off the mark. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 3 from 3-point land here tonight. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Here's Leonard. And the Clippers call time here. Goes up off the inside.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
The Timberwolves shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Pass to Okogie. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 8 rebounds in this game.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Okogie. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Towns for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. Towns has got 49 points in the game.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
You hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed, or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some would say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis.
Yep.
You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you're involved in more facets of the game. Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there might be more in store.
Russell inside, defended by Beverly. Here's Towns, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense are just mind-boggling. Knows when to go after the blocks. How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Hernan Gomez kicks to Davis. Vanderbilt the pass to Culver. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. And last season we saw the NBA All-Star Game introduce the Elam ending, a target score, Greg, to end the game and instead of running out the clock. Did you like that, and would you widen its use?
No question it's being looked at maybe for overtimes or tournament games. You know, Adam not shy about exploring new ideas. And I got to be honest, going into the All-Star game, I wasn't a fan of the proposed changes.
Me too.
But once you saw it all play out, I have to say I was entertained. And I applaud the commissioner and the players in the league for buying in. And I think the fan experience was made all the more better.
Good point. It's good.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there beautifully.
Here's Oturu, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Minnesota's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Passes it to Vanderbilt. Here's Edwards. Great D that time from Leonard. LA has gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Beverly, and again the Clippers good for 2.
Man, that's a sight for sore eyes seeing Beverly drain the mid-range J, showing how deadly a shooter he can be.
Now the feed to Edwards. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
He got it again. Sensational.
He is simply unconscious here tonight. Nobody can stop him right now.
GA, the points keep coming, and he's climbing up that scoring ladder. 3rd on the list, well in sight.
And Wilt Chamberlain holds both the first and third place scoring marks. First, of course, for 100 points, and third place all time with 78. Anytime Wilt's name comes up, you are making history.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Off target from three-point range. Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
The Timberwolves shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. 1:43 left to play in the final quarter. And here's Davis for 3. It's hauled in by Beverly. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Over Edwards. The shot by George, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And in the season series, they'll end up taking the upper hand with this first victory for the matchup, a 1-0 record against the Timberwolves.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for George.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Man's checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for George. Down the stretch of last season, Greg, we saw some teams resting healthy players, even ones out of the playoff hunt, and they got fined. But is the amount, which I think is about $25,000, is that enough to discourage that tactic?
You know, I don't think it is. Not when team revenues are measured in the hundreds of millions. You got to do more to keep them honest, but by the same token, you know, if I got $200 million invested in a guy, I want to protect my investment. And so if I can rest them here or there and prolong their career, I think my organization's all the better for it.
Minnesota shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Here's Edwards. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Minnesota, Anthony Edwards. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Los Angeles has gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Jackson misses.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Feeds to McDaniels. Goes up at the stripe. Here's Davis. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
You've got to box out on the boards. When you don't, that's what happens.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. And that one goes long. Kennard against Edwards. And the Clippers call time here. They lead by 25. 12 seconds left in the game. Guys, what's your take?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure they needed this timeout, quite honestly. Perhaps a water break?
Twelve seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Oturu. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Kawhi, you have become an elite two-way player, so how do you carry that scoring load with that defensive responsibility?
It's very difficult. You know, your mind's on the whole game, 48 minutes. But, you know, my teammates get me in the groove, give me the energy to keep fighting throughout the whole 48 minutes.
Well, you did a great job of leading them tonight, man. Appreciate your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.